Morning all and welcome back once again to I Like Watches 2. If you're a Seiko fanboy like me to some degree, this is probably not going to be particularly pleasant viewing because, well, I'm just going to make one of those sort of rambling videos where I have a bit of a ramble and a moan about Seiko. I'm not happy at the moment. Yeah, I know some of you are going to be saying, oh, your mate's giving you a Rolex, so now you've turned against Seiko. Not true at all. Yes, my friend has gifted me an incredible watch, but that's not the reason why I'm seemingly turning against Seiko. You may have noticed, actually, I haven't really been reviewing new releases by Seiko recently on my channels. There was a time when I'd feature a Seiko as often as possible. I love Seiko watches. I've owned more Seiko watches than probably all the other brands put together, and I've got more Seikos in my collection still than any other brands. I've just found a lot of the new releases for a while now, to be honest. Well, the reviews started to follow a very samey sort of pattern. Here's a Seiko watch. I love Seiko. Some of the specifications are okay. There are some weaknesses though in terms of specifications. They're wanting too much money for this watch, so buy it when it's half price in a year or so. That's pretty much how Seiko reviews go these days. Yeah, it's a sort of copy and paste, and I don't want to keep making videos like that. They did offer me a free Seiko once, actually. Seiko reached out to me and said, we'd love for you to review a watch. We'll send you a free one. Would you like to review it? And I said, no, thank you, because it was during that time, well, it was fairly recently, when I've just sort of lost interest in domestic Seikos. If you really want interesting Seiko watches, and if you really want to watch interesting reviews of Seiko watches, focus on the Japanese domestic market watches. Yeah, I've featured a number of JDM Seiko watches recently, but yeah, just the sort of ones that we're being offered have been far less appealing, although there has been a new release recently, and this is really the purpose of this video, as I have a whinge and moan about the new SNXS, and it's nothing to do with the specifications, the poor value for money. It's the fact that I still don't have my watch. I pre-ordered that watch. I paid full price for it from Francis & Gay. It was launched on the 1st of May. It's now the 13th of May. I wanted to... The reason I was happy to feature that sort of domestic Seiko on my channel was because, well, it is replacing an icon, isn't it? This is the original SNXS watch. So I thought, it's quite an interesting new release. I knew it was definitely going to be better than this, or I suspect it's going to be better than this. I know it's definitely got a better movement. Undoubtedly, the build quality will be better. How much better? Well, that's what I sort of wanted to find out. So that video was going to take a slightly different sort of angle at a domestic Seiko. It was going to be more of a comparison between, the one that it's replacing and the new one. But I cancelled my order on Friday because, well, these watches were launched on the 1st of May and they have still not, or they hadn't on that day, Friday last week, they still hadn't sent those watches out to the ADs, and I'm talking about Seiko. I spoke to Seiko, I spoke to Francis & Gay. Francis & Gay spoke to Seiko. There were a number of emails flying about. I was just trying to find out, when am I going to get this watch? What's going on? And I've been told a number of different things. It's the ordering system. It's the warehouse. We're changing warehouse. We don't control our warehouse. The crux of it is, I asked Seiko, when am I going to get this watch? And they said, well, we don't know. We don't know. We don't know when we're going to be able to send them to the ADs. So we don't know when they're going to be able to send them to you. Brilliant. This is Seiko, I might add. Seiko launched a watch on the 1st of May, and on the 10th of May, I think it was, that I spoke to them last week, they still had no idea when any of those watches were going to go to the ADs. Although, having said that, one blue dial version did go to Francis & Gay, but funnily enough, I said to Francis & Gay, the only two I'm interested in seeing really is the black dial version, because that's quite similar to this, but also the sort of silvery champagne sunburst dial one, because I just love champagne sunburst dials. The one I definitely wasn't bothered about seeing was the blue one, so I could have had that one, but that's not the point. This is Seiko. They have failed to get their new watches to their ADs, days, almost 2 weeks after those watches went on sale and, should have been shipped. It's really disappointing, isn't it? Might just give up completely when it comes to domestic Seikos and just focus on the Japanese domestic market ones, because they are much, much better value. Look, it might happen. That video might happen one day, but it's not going to happen anytime soon. So I do apologise. And yeah, I feel much better now. Thanks for watching.